What's up everybody, it's Matt from Peter Glenn, and in this video we're going to show you exactly how easy it is to get in and out of the Burton step-on system. Let's check this out. All right, so the Burton step-on system has definitely been around for a few years now, and a lot of people obviously realize that it is very, very easy to get in and out of. But the cool thing is the way that Burton's designed this, it actually goes way beyond just the convenience. So that in mind, it's kind of cool how they designed this. We actually have a cleat on the heel, and then we've got two cleats up on the toe on either side of the foot. And the cool thing about that is that when you actually are going from toe side edge to heel side edge, you basically have got these cleats that are lifting your toe side edge from your toe side edge, and the cleat in the back is actually lifting your heel side edge from your heel side edge, which is something you don't usually get out of a standard binding. All right, so going back to the convenience of how to get in and out of these bindings, it's very, very easy. Get your boot laced up tight, just like normal. You're gonna get your pant slid into that clip in the back so it's out of the way. And then we're gonna go ahead and go heel to toe. So you're gonna take your foot, you're gonna basically get that heel of your boot, you're gonna kind of set that about halfway up the high back. And this is gonna ensure that that cleat in the back, it can slide into that channel, into the high back, and down to the locking mechanism. So again, take your heel, set it about halfway up your high back, and then step down and hear a click in the back. And that means that the back is locked in. Then once you have the back locked in, there's gonna be two more clicks, one on either side of your toes. So you just step down on your toes. And now you know that you're locked in. So that audible click is very, very nice. That basically tells you that you are locked in. You hear those three clicks. Now, one thing that is good to note is technically there's two clicks in the back. The system actually has in this cleat, this tiny little recessed area. Technically fully locked in is actually on top of this cleat, but it does have this extra area just in case you have a buildup of snow. Most of the time, any snow that's on top of this binding, it has this nice foam foot pad which the snow does not stick to easily. But if you do get a little bit of a buildup in there, you actually have kind of a fail-safe where it can actually click into that little area before it fully clicks in. So if you do step in very, very slowly, you actually will hear two clicks in the back. But for the most part, when you go to step down in that thing, it's gonna go in very, very fast and all the way down, and you're only gonna hear one click. And then another good thing is that when you do step down on the toe, you might step down at the exact same time and only hear one click up in the toe. Good way to look down just to make sure, if you're not 100% positive that you actually locked both of them in, is literally look down straight over your boot where those cleats are. And if you can see silver, where it's those metal pieces that lock underneath the hooks, then it means you're probably not locked in and you just want to give yourself an extra little push. But for the most part, just listen for those audible clicks, quick glance down, and you know that you're locked in. Okay, so once you're locked in and you're riding, the really cool thing about this binding is it actually is impossible for this thing to actually come out. The cleats up in the front, the way that they actually lock is they actually flex out of the way as the metal from either side of the toes comes in. It flexes out of the way and then it snaps over the top. And once it's over the top, there's absolutely no way for it to actually flex out of the way. Those silver pieces are kind of set like a ramp in one direction. So once they come down and it locks, it can't actually flex the other way to get out. Likewise, in the heel, that cleat piece in the heel, it actually slides into a channel, and basically it's keeping the boot from sliding out. The only way for it to actually come out of that channel is to actually go up. And then also that locking mechanism, same thing. When you step down, the cleat kind of pushes it out of the way, but once it locks into position, there's only one way to actually move that thing, and that's to lift this lever on the side. So once we know that we are actually completely locked in, we gotta know how to get out of the binding. So getting out is very, very simple. It's literally just about lifting this lever in the back and disengaging the locking mechanism. And when you do that, you lift that up, it basically pulls the locking mechanism out of the way so it is free for the cleat to go up and down. And we actually gotta get those toes out too. And those obviously can't go straight up and down like we just talked about. Those actually need to go forward and kind of almost slide out from underneath. So the cool thing is one motion gets you out of all three of those things. And it's basically put your pressure on your toes and you just kind of bend your knee and you basically stand up on your toe. So when you stand up on that toe, it's going to allow the heel piece to actually slide up out of the channel and those 2 toe cleats to actually slide out from underneath the hooks. And the other really cool thing about that is that actually when that piece in the back, that cleat slides out of the channel, it actually hits the top of the locking mechanism and resets it and gets it ready to step back in. So as you can see, the Burton Step-On system, it is a very, very easy system to use. You literally just heel, toe, and you're in, and then lift that lever and stand on your toe to get out. But if you got any questions beyond what we talked about in the video, definitely leave some comments down below. We're on there every single day trying to answer your questions. We want to make sure we can get you in some rad gear, but most importantly, we want to make sure it's going to fit your riding style and you can use it properly too. Also, make sure to like, subscribe, and definitely get that notification bell on too so you can find out when all the new videos drop. And grab yourself a new set of the Burton Step-Ons and get out and ride. Because any day of riding is a good day of riding.